Hi, I'm Colleen Resendez, and I work at Montion's Bakery, and I'm going to be making key lime cheesecake for you today. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the crust. So in this bowl I have some graham cracker and some toasted coconut. Now to toast the coconut, all I do is I put it on a sheet tray and I put it in a 350-degree oven for about 5 to 7 minutes, or until you like it toasty, however toasty you like it. So I like it really toasty, so I leave it in there a little bit longer. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to take my graham cracker crumbs and my toasted coconut, and I'm going to put it in my food processor, and I'm going to hook it up, pulse it. It doesn't need much, so especially if your graham crackers are already like crumbed up a little bit. So, all right, just crummy like that. Nice and combined. What I do is I take my melted butter and I pour it right into the crumbs, and then I pulse that up again until they're nice and moist. And what you want to do, just remove your blade first. Don't cut your digits. Bad news. So you want to take this and just pour it right into your springform pan. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm just going to evenly distribute these crumbs throughout the pan. And in my house, we like a little bit of crust up on the side, just because, you know, you get more crust on the whole piece of cheesecake instead of just the bottom. So I just do a little lip, and I take my finger and I smush it in all around. And afterwards, what you want to do is you're going to take this crust, you're going to put it in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes, and you can take it out and let it cool for a little bit before you add your filling. We're going to make the actual cheesecake. In this bowl we have some room temperature cream cheese and our sugar. So we're going to put this on our mixer, and then we're going to put the paddle attachment on, and then you're going to just get that nice and smooth. And I just bring that up to medium speed, and that looks pretty good. See, this is why it's important that you have your cream cheese at room temperature, because if it's cold, it's going to take a lot longer to cream the butter, or to cream the cream cheese and the sugar. So when it gets to this point, nice and creamy, you want to put it on low and start adding your eggs. You don't want to add them too fast. Then you have the last two. You go ahead and put them right in there. Now we're going to turn it off, lift it up, take your spatula, and this is your sour cream. This keeps your cheesecake super duper moist. Sour cream is always nice, and it adds a little bit of tang along with the lime juice. So try to get it all in there, just like that. All right, and then I just mix that until it's all incorporated. Every once in a while you want to scrape down the sides of your bowl so you don't get cheesecake chunkies on the side. Just like that. Okay, in this cup right here I have some lime juice and I have some vanilla extract as well. So I'm just going to pour that in there. If you can't find key limes, regular limes work, and that's what I use most of the time anyways. So I'm going to show you how I zest the lime. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull down with the zester against the outside skin of the lime and get most. Try not to get the white part, because that's the bitter part. Once you get that, I do pretty much the whole lime, like so. And you take it and just scrape it down into your batter, just like that. And then you let it mix. At this point in time, you don't need to let it mix long, just until you have everything nice and incorporated and everything looks nice and smooth. And then I just pour it into my pre-baked shell. Make sure you get it all out. what I do is I give it a little shake to make sure it's coating the crust so you don't see the crust. And I take the cheesecake and I put it into a preheated 350-degree oven, and for 45 minutes to about an hour. And I'll take boiling water, and then I just pour the water, and it comes to about a quarter way up the pan, and then you just bake it in the water bath for 45 minutes to an hour, and that's your cheesecake. We let our cheesecake cool for about 15 minutes at room temperature, and we put it in the refrigerator, and it cools for about 5 to 6 hours, so it gets nice and chilled. We're going to be making the whipped cream topping for the cheesecake. So I have some heavy whipping cream, and I'm just going to pour that into our bowl. And in this cup we have some vanilla. In this cup we have some powdered sugar. Just pour all that in. And then I put it on our mixer and put it with a whip attachment, and start off really, really slow, because you don't want cream all over the place. I've made that mistake before. Alright, and this will start to thicken in probably a couple minutes, and you want it to get to a nice stiff peak so you can pipe it and it won't fall or get droopy on you, so something like that. Okay, so once your cream has been whipped to stiff peaks, you're going to fill it into your piping bag. I like to use the star tip because I think it makes the decoration a little bit prettier. So what you want to do is you want to just fold down the top of the pastry bag so your hand is cupping it just like that. And then take your cream and just kind of scrape it off into the bag. And when you're whipping the cream, you got to make sure you don't whip it too much, because then it turns into butter. And that's not fun, because then it gets stuck in the tip and then you can't get it in your cream out. So once you do that, and this is where your creativity comes in, you can pretty much just do whatever you want. Now if you see this cheesecake, I have a few little nicks over here, but that's okay, that's what your cream is for. You can just do one big star right in the center, and do a lot of little stars all around the side, which is what I like to do. Just make it nice and pretty. That's what you're trying to do here. And that's why you want to use like a more of a decorative tip, because that way you don't have to be super skilled with your pastry bag here. And sometimes I'll just put something like that, like so. And so everybody knows that there's coconut in your cheesecake. I take some toasted coconut, just a little bit, and I liberally sprinkle all over your heavy cream, just like that. Make it very pretty. So you can't even see that I stuck my finger in there a few times while trying to pull it out of the oven, can you? No, it's amazing. All right. So everybody knows it's lime. You have a little bit of zest. Sprinkle it right on the top, maybe a little bit on the sides, just like that. You have a super delicious, tangy key lime cheesecake, but it's nice and smooth. It's delicious. Try it.